Why TBC? What's the deal? Now, a lot of commenters have been asking me about, short heavyweights, guys that are, 6 feet and under. So I've been giving you some prospects, man, some guys I think that might be able to make some noise. I've given you guys like Oscar Rivas and Himi Ahio and George Arias. Um, so another guy I'm going to add to the list today is Darlington Big Cheek Agha. He is representing H-Town, Houston, Texas. Was he 32, 33 years old? A little bit about him. He played college football from 2000 to 2003 at Oregon State. He is 10-0 with one draw. He's a pressure fighter. He's tough. He's very confident. Two words that I would describe him: very strong. He's very strong. He has sparred Thomas Adamek. He was getting Adamek ready for his bout with Chris Arreola. And according to Big Cheek, he says that the first day of, sparring with Adamek, he was roughing him up. And then day two, Adamek kind of got the better of him in day two by outboxing him. We know Adamek is a former light heavyweight champion, for a cruiserweight champion, and, competed at heavyweight. So that's not bad, man, to be a guy that's joining boxing late. But the one thing about him joining boxing late in his life, not so much, that it's not so much that he turned late as far as 2 years ago, then all of a sudden now he's trying to be a pro. I mean, he's been in and out the ring, dabbling with the sport for close to what, 10, 11 years now. So, but to tell you the truth, when I go on YouTube and I try to pick up some of his footage, man, and, go and watch him, there's not too much on YouTube. I seen an amateur fight from 2007. He fought a guy named Shane Evans. And then I watched a pro fight against a guy named Robertson. I forgot the guy's first name. And then he fought a guy named James Johnson, I'm sorry. And I watched those fights. And then there was also some other footage on YouTube of him training. And it's training from different years, 2010, 2013, 2008. So you can watch him progress, watch his training chronologically. And you can tell that he's getting better technically with his feet and moving his head. Something that a pressure fighter, in my opinion, really needs, and that's at least be able to move your head. It's good to have a good chin and to rely on your chin, but you need to be able to move your head. At least slip punches at the very least. Slip them and roll them, and shift your body and, be able to get your punches off. But I like what I see, although I haven't seen a lot. Shout out to Sean from Boxing Socialist, because when I typed him into YouTube, a lot of Boxing Socialist videos was popping up. He's down there in Houston, so Sean has access to him, but I haven't really seen a lot of fights, just a lot of footage in the him training. He looks very strong though, man, very strong. When I break him down, and when I was breaking down his footage, 'cause I tried to watch him right from the beginning, like 2007, the first footage of him on YouTube, and first thing I noticed from those old fights was just like his footwork needs to get better, his balance, and I want to see more head movement. So then as I watched him progress in training and watch his training, those things start to improve. So I think he will listen well in his corner. He's very, like I say, he's very strong. So then I looked at his record, man, and one thing about his inside game, when I was watching him work on the inside, he puts up the high guard sometime on the inside, and sometime he works. I want to see him work and move his hands and place shots more. It's like he's fighting at one speed sometime, at least from the fight that I seen. It wasn't a lot that I seen, but then I looked at his resume and looked at the guys he beat. Now, to some of you that don't really, follow the, guys who are outside of the top 10, you guys wouldn't know guys like Andrew Greeley, or when he fought Jamal Woods. He had a draw with Jamal Woods, but he beat Jamal Woods. I think after I beat Jamal Woods, I wouldn't have went back for a rematch to fight Jamal Woods. Jamal Woods is one of those guys, he will give a prospect, an up-and-coming prospect, those 4 and 6 round fights, 8 round fights. He's the type of guy that will probably pull one of those fights off, or he's the type of guy who's going to take your prospect the distance. He is the guy, he is a promoter's or a manager's nightmare. I thought he actually beat Jamal Woods. I thought he beat Tayshawn Dawn, the prospect, the 7-foot prospect. I thought he beat him. He's took John Wesley No Fire the distance. He took Trevor Bryant, Donovan Dennis, Danny Batchelder. He took him the distance. He's beat Johnny White, another guy that was a prospect not too long ago. Andrew Greeley is another short, compact type guy. I remember him when he was up here in Minnesota, and he knocked out Joey Abel up in Duluth. He's a short guy, compact, strong guy, you know, a lot of experience, take fights on, you know, 2 weeks notice. He's another one of those type of guys that I seen that Aga had defeated. Greeley's been in there with Molina twice, took him the distance. Lost a split decision to Owen Beck. He lost a split decision to Travis Walker. He went the full 6 rounds with Mitchell, went the full rounds with Malik Scott, and he beat Joey Abel also. Um, you know, so yeah, I'm sorry, it was Greeley that beat Joey Abel up in Duluth. But Greeley and Woods, they're not world beaters. I know a lot of you guys never heard of them, but they're guys. They're tricky. Their styles are tricky. Jamal Woods is about 6'3", 6'4", 240 pounds. He has good hand, you know, decent hand speed. He can take shots. He can roll with shots. Has little defense. His stamina is decent for a 4 and 6 rounder. So he's tougher than it seems. He kind of reminds me of a, you know, Silvera Luis up in there in Canada, or Garrett Wilson from Philly, or Avery Gibson, or John Bolin. Those guys that have their records might not look good on paper, but they're tougher to deal with because of their style. Either they're really short and their style is compact and they have good chins, or they're taller and a good reach. And, you know, just different variables sometimes make these guys who are labeled journeymen tougher to deal with than meets the eye. So that showed me that Aga can go in there with experienced guys and get victories, just like the Trevor Bryans and the John Wesley No Fires, the guys, the other up and coming prospects here in America. So I want to see more Darlington Big Cheek Aga. I looked on BoxRec. He hasn't fought since September 18th, 2014. He got a TKO, third round TKO victory. So I haven't seen much of him since then. I don't know if he's hurt. I know during his career he has suffered a shoulder injury, which he came back from. So I don't know if it's the shoulder. I don't know if it's managing, or I don't know. But I want to get a prospect video out there on him, because if you guys are asking me some of the shorter heavyweights as far as their height, he's very powerful. I want to see more, but I'll throw him in that prospect list with the Himiahios and, you know, like I said, Oscar Rivas and George Arias. And there's a few more guys who I've found that I'm going to do videos on. So Darlington Big Cheek Aga. Want to see more of them. YTBC. I'm out.